shit is queenish. Friday nights be gleaming. We stay hype with guys like no matter what, cause we queenin'. Hey, we queenin'. We queenin'. When them other chicks be scheming, we stay hype cause we queenin'.
With the queens in the building, throw them hands up. Got a crown on my head, no we can be touched.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, my
It
hypers?
is your hype home girl. Hashtag swag easy.
And DJ Missy.
And we are live once again
Mhm.
for the Night Hot Show. You want to know what's so dope?
What?
What's so dope, though? We're
What's
at
so
our
dope?
new venue.
Our new venue, our new studio. We are here.
AKA, it is the Black Archives of Mid-America of Kansas
Yes.
City. Thank you so much for letting us use this space once
Thank you.
again.
Thank
They've
you, guys.
created this amazing studio.
Mhm.
And not only are they letting us use their space, but you can as well come down, check it out, 18th and Vine, where they're preserving our social, economic, political, and cultural history.
Mhm.
To request a tour, please contact info at blackarchives.org.
Yay. And we have someone really cool in the building.
Really cool.
Really cool in the building. Let's introduce author and founder of the Women's Basketball Association, Lightning Mitchell. Mr. Lightning Mitchell.
Hello. Welcome. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, thank the Lord.
Yes. Now, oh my gosh, we had such a great behind the scenes
Yes, conversation. Yes.
I don't even know where to start, but I do want to start like from the beginning, because when I heard that his name was Lightning, I was just like, "Is that your real name?" And it is.
Yes, it is.
That's his real name, y'all.
Real name. This is so cool. So, in the first episode, we had Dr. Karma come on, and she was just discussing everything Black and all the archives and information they have here in this building. They also discussed the W.B.A. and how it was founded here in Kansas City.
Yes, it was. It was actually found here in Kansas City. But the sad thing about it, the whole world don't even know this.
I know they don't, because I'm gonna tell you why. I am a hoopster.
Yeah, she is.
I might say.
She got
I
balls.
did JUCO, North Arkansas College. We came up here to play against y'all Penn Valley people.
Mhm.
But as I was growing up, the first women's league for me was the W.B.A. I was so excited that, after college, I would be able to continue on and do this professionally. But when did the W.B.A. start?
The W.B.A. actually started in 1992 is when I laid the foundation for this league.
So 5 years before the W.B.A.
Yes.
So he's the original.
Okay. How does it feel to be a person that comes up with something so original, so kind of before its time, actually, and to see where women's basketball is now? What does that mean to you?
For me, it was a great opportunity to be a part of this venture, but the idea was actually given to me by the grace of God.
Mm.
So I don't want to steal the glory.
Yes, yes.
So,
yes.
and withstand that, it's a great opportunity because it gives women now an opportunity to stay here in the United States and continue like man has been doing for decades.
Mm-hmm. Like seriously for decades, right? And then, it is kind of different because women, we can have children. And, a lot of that was, I know with the W.B.A., that was a lot of the concerns, et cetera, when it first started. But what was it like for you to get this idea from the Lord? And of course, it being confirmed and to carry out, starting a whole league.
At first, it was very difficult.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
Because I know people were probably thinking, what?
Right.
Right, but when the Lord gave me this idea, I was pursuing my dream, which was to play professional football. And that was my dream, but that wasn't God's vision for me.
Right.
And when I understood what God's vision was, it gave me an opportunity to do something for somebody else.
Yeah.
Serve instead of being served.
Oh, because don't we hate that?
Mhm.
Especially in this day and age. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure you see it, but we hate to be of service in any way. But to think that a Black man stood up at that time and said, you know what, this is something that we need for all women, not just, African American, but all women. You are a part of history.
Yeah, and it's such thing that, again, that the world, this has been hidden from the world this long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, like I said, when the vision was given to me, I remember we had our trial at the Milwaukee Bucks training facility up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Wow.
And I had an opportunity at that point in time to see God really work.
Mm-hmm.
I had sent out 136 letters to major universities, letting girls know we were going to have a trial, to introduce women professional basketball to the United States. Okay, at this trial, we had got everything together, and we were set for this trial. And I remember at first I had 5 players standing in there. I had all the media that a couple of the story. Every media piece in Milwaukee was there. So I remember when I saw 5 girls, I was so disappointed because I had sent out 136 letters. And I thought, well, I said the girls will be here because a couple of media people asked me. They said, is anybody got a show? You only got 5 people. I said, the girls will be here. They know what time they're supposed to be here, And then I said to the gentleman, I said, excuse me, please. And I went down to the man's room and I prayed. I actually prayed. I said, I cried out to the Lord. I said, Lord, please help me here, And after I said that little prayer, I went back upstairs and the girls that supposed to have been in the gym at 10 o'clock. And at probably a minute or so, those glass doors opened. And we had over 200 and some players to show up for that trial.
Jesus.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Just talk about, and it's kind of weird because I did remember when that W.B.A. first came out. I was like, why isn't it just W.B.A.? Like National Basketball Association, whatever, what people. But when you started this and those 200 girls walked through, how, I don't want to say vindicated, but we was talking about behind the scenes, the confirmation of God Himself. For even this interview for me is bigger than the WA, but to be led and lead and confirm that you are doing the right thing. What did it feel like for you, even knowing okay, I've given up my dream of playing professional sports, but here I am setting up this platform for somebody else. How long did it take you to just get everything in the order and push through and get those first games started?
Okay, after 92, we ran that tour in 12 different states. And we saw that the interest was there, So after that tour, I had lost quite a bit of money in that tour because I had nobody helping, no major sponsors.
It was all you.
Right. But God always provided the opportunity in a way. So after that tour, I came back to Kansas City and I started laying out my blueprint to go forward with this idea. And I was working at a place down on 18 and Vine. I think it was called Crafts 2. And I was working in Kansas City. The Star had done an article about the story, and Women's Sports and Fitness magazine had done this article about it. And the owner, I just started working at this place. I'd been there maybe 3 weeks, and the owner had read these articles. So he called me in his office, and I thought he was going to fire me. I thought, what? I was thinking I had done a good job. I thought, why is he going to, he's probably going to fire me. So when I went in, he said, Lightning, he said, sit down, And I said, yeah, he's going to fire me, I'm thinking, So he said,
this is it.
He says to me, he said, I've been reading this article on you, and I said, oh, then I thought, why? He said, look, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. He said, I started this company from grounds up, and I see what you're trying to do with this women's league. He said, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for you. He said, I want you to leave the company. Go and give this thing everything you got. If that's what you really want to do, and if you believe in it, he said, but if it don't work, you always got a job here. You can come back here at any time.
That's a blessing.
And then I left that company I never
You
returned.
never had to come back.
But I called him to tell him thanks for the opportunity and for allowing me to do that. So we went forward in first season in 1993. We done well. We was very well supported, and after that, I went into the hole again.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to the NBA at the end of that season, asking for financial support.
Mm-hmm.
I asked for David Stern, which was the commissioner for the NBA at that time. David Stern advised me to speak to Val Ackerman, that was the assistant commissioner, and also she handled she was director of business affairs for the NBA. Val told me, this is something they thought they would get involved with as a third or fourth party.
Right.
So I'm all excited about it. So they asked me to send them, my plans, how my future plan for the next year, 1994-95. So I sent them my 3-year business plan. I showed them, I sent them my T-shirts, the stuff that I made up for, to promote my league and stuff like that. They was all excited about it. And I'm thinking they was going to help me. Even she written me letters that said, telling me, thanks for sending me this material, keep us updated with what you was doing. I'm all excited thinking I'm going to get this support,
right?
Which never happened, but we still do have women's professional basketball. They doing what God had intended for them to do, by the grace of the foundation that was laid by the W.B.A.
Wow, and ain't that a good way to look at it? I would have been mad, Mr. Lightning.
Yes.
I would have been
no lie. Well, maybe at that time I see that you could have been frustrated.
But I just like your spirit is just like, I don't mind that things get done if it's of the Lord, regardless of how it gets done.
Right.
And we not like that, especially in this new age generation. Right. So what advice could you give us to deal with something like that? Because if that would have been me, I would have went off. Period.
Well, at first I was upset because my daughter come home from California. See, I understand that anybody else could have started a professional league.
Okay.
So at first, I had no idea that Val Ackerman was behind this. I thought the NBA was just going to start their own league.
Right.
So, anybody can do that. But when my daughter came home one summer, she said, "Dad, do you have anything on that basketball league that you have?" I said, "No, I throwed it all away when the NBA was going to start their league." So she went to the library, her and my wife, and they looked in their archives and they pulled up stuff about the WNBA. So she comes back to my house that day and she said, "Dad, do you know this woman there?" I said, "Oh yeah, that's Val. She was helping me with my league." She said, "Dad, that's the woman that started the WNBA." And at that point in time, I was furious, and I even took them to court, federal court here in Kansas City. And the judge, we couldn't get an attorney to help.
I know y'all couldn't. Not at that time.
So me and my wife went to UMKC library, and God gave us support from students. And we put a petition together, and we filed it in federal court. And the judge, once he saw what we had put together, and he saw the letter from her saying, "Keep me updated," he set up a date for mediation. The NBA attorneys went into the statute of limitations, saw that I was a day late, and it got dismissed from court.
One day. Oh, Lord. Okay.
But you are the founder. You are the originator.
What does that mean? Like, how does that feel to you to know that, y'all started, some of the fondest memories of women's basketball started with you?
Well, it's a great feeling for me to know that. But I'm sad to the point that these women that play with me, they have never been acknowledged for what they was able to accomplish.
Got you.
Right. They were the pioneers. They deserved that acknowledgement, and they deserve to be, for the rightful place in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame.
Right. Wow.
They are the pioneers of women's professional basketball here in the United States, because there have never been another spring, summer women's league for nobody but us in the WNBA.
And that's why you all are being intertwined inducted into the Black Archives of Mid-America.
Yes.
And the event will be happening Saturday, February 22nd at 2 p.m. right here
at the Black Archives.
Yes.
And so does that give you any vindication to know, okay, even if them, the other side, but us understand, what you've done, how does that give you any type of vindication that what you did was for a good cause and knowing that it affects us like years later? I mean, forever, honestly. Yeah. You'll always be able to say, I had the W.B.A. before.
Yes.
Right. No, it's a great feeling, and I'm really thankful to God for a person like Dr. Carmen for giving me this opportunity and giving our players this opportunity to have a place where they can be acknowledged for what they've done.
Yes.
Forever. Like, hey, you want to check me out? Go to the Black Archives of the Midwest in Kansas City. Right across the street from the Negro Leagues Basketball Museum.
That's right.
You can go know more about me. That is so for real. Because, I really thought I was going to be a hooper. You couldn't tell me I was.
I believe you, girl. I saw you do some moves. You're pretty cold.
And, no. I wasn't a shooter. I was really good at defense, but you
no, you look like a hooker.
Yeah.
Yes. Very athletic. I don't have that gift. That ain't my calling. But when you were in the beginning, when you were playing ball, who were the greatest of all times for you? Who did you look up to in the NBA?
Well, I would say Dr. J. I used to love Dr. J.
Yes.
Yeah, and Bill Russell. Yeah, those I would say those two. And I liked it, Larry Bird too.
You did?
Yeah.
That is so much. So you come through here. We gotta ask you, of course, sports and music, that kind of go hand in hand, right?
Right.
So what's your top 5 artists of all time that used to get you hyped for whatever it was you was doing, whether it was coaching, put together the league, or playing yourself?
Just
what was your
motivating
top 5?
yourself to get out there and play some good ball.
So you asked him what type of music did we put? I remember this one song, Bustin' Out, I think it was.
Bustin' Out. That song?
She a real DJ. Bustin' Out. Wow.
Yep.
I think Curtis Blow.
Okay.
Made that,
who was it? The same guy that sings Mary Jane. You know what I'm talking about? Rick James.
Oh, yes.
Rick James.
Right. Right, yeah.
I was like, James, Rick James.
So, who you listening to right now?
Oh, well, I kind of toned it down.
Of course. Music has changed.
So now I listen to pretty much a lot of, I like Kurt Franklin.
Okay.
Yes.
And I used to love Aretha when that Amazing Grace album she did, and James Cleveland,
right.
But MC, some of his stuff, but I like a lot of, Keith Sweat, at one point,
He kept the party going.
Yes.
For sure. And then it's crazy because he just put a song out with Kelly Price a little bit ago.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I was like, he don't do them runs the same no more. So you being an amazing Black man in this country, before we let you go, what message do you have for other Black men coming up and just making a legacy and being a family man? I mean, you seem like you do it all, Mr. Mitchell. So what advice do you give us, even just the younger generation, about living in our purpose, walking past people taking things from you and putting it as their own? What advice do you want to give to us?
I would say, first of all, keep your faith in God.
Amen.
And never give up on your dream.
Wow.
And never let nobody tell you you can't do what you attempt to do.
Right. Thank you.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Lord.
Once again, we are inviting everybody out to the induction
I'm
of the
coming.
WBA
I'm going to be
at
an
the Black
honorary.
Archives.
Honorary W.B.A.
At the Black Archives of Mid-America, Saturday, February 22nd, 2020 at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Do we have to sign up in advance or anything?
No,
Just come up and get
open
hyped.
doors.
Come on,
Okay.
Night Hype will definitely be in the building.
We'll definitely be in the building.
Definitely
And
be in the
so
building.
will some of y'all original Pioneer League players be coming through as
Oh,
well?
yeah.
Oh,
That's gonna be awesome. Do you want to give some names, give some shout outs to some
Yeah,
people coming?
I know Robbie Gutsell is coming from Arizona. Dr. Gutsell, she played for Marion over in University of Kansas. Sarah Campbell, who was a standout up in Missouri, she's coming. Martise Irie, a standout from Nebraska, she's coming. Dana Bryan, a standout at DePaul, she's coming. I got a 6'6" player, Lynn Page, who played over at the University of Kansas, Marion, Washington, So we got quite a few players on the team.
Oh, I'm so ready.
This is going to be awesome.
It's
This is going to be a very awesome event. Do not miss this. KC, come out. This is representing the town, y'all. We have to come out and represent the town, the culture,
history,
yes.
Just everything.
Basketball, everything. Black History Month.
Okay.
On Black History Month.
So where can they get more information about you, the WBA, and just all things that you have going, Mr. Lightning?
They can go to our website, www.wbadivision.com.
And you also have a book, too.
Yeah, we have a book besides it. It's called The Vision. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Yeah.
Yes, author girl.
So, okay, I'm going to have to make sure I have that by 20 seconds so you can sign that for me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I'm so excited.
Yes,
that is amazing. Like, just to be in the presence of somebody that did something so great,
yes.
It's just a blessing. And it's inspiring to us as well, because a lot of times, like you said, you start at the beginning and you have this purpose that you just like, really, God, that's what you want me to do. And just to see it come and be with you as part of your legacy, that's amazing. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies, for having me.
No problem at all. So that's the end of another one?
That's the end of another one.
Man, you can't tell me we don't be putting on for Kansas City. Like, these are like a whole gym.
Well, you can find us, Night Hype Show, on all Twitter, Facebook, Instagram,
Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, SoundCloud,
all of them, man. We also now have YouTube. So please check us out, everyone. Thank you so much again, Lightning Mitchell, for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. What an honor.
What an honor. What an honor. And we hopefully will see you all out here at the induction of the WBA at the Black Archives of America, Saturday, February 22nd.
I'm lit.
See y'all later.
I bet you a deuce.
Bye.